Alright, so we're going to start with the cranial nerve assessment. First, we're going to start by assessing your olfactory, which is sense of smell. So you're going to close your eyes, occlude one nostril, and then tell me what you smell.
Fruity.
Okay, excellent. They're fruit gummies. Alright, so now we're going to occlude the other nostril. Close your eyes, occlude the other nostril. And what do you smell?
Fruity.
Yes. Perfect. Alright, so your olfactory is working well. We're going to check your cranial nerve 2, which is your optic, which is your visual field of acuity. So we're going to check your visual field, so just stay looking straight ahead, okay? And now, tell me when you can see the pen come into your visual field.
You can see it.
Okay. And we'll go to the other side. I'm just going to stand over here for the video.
I can see it.
Okay.
I can see it.
Alright.
Not by so loud. Yeah.
Okay. Alright. So then we're going to check your ocular motor, which is your next cranial nerve 3. So for this, we're going to do your pupil size. So I can just look at them now. I don't need my pen light because I want to see what they are without a light in them. Okay, and they're both equal, round, and we're going to check and see. Yeah, we're good. Okay. Now we're going to check her motor function for her eyes, which is the next cranial nerve. So you're going to follow my pen light, or just my pen. Okay. Okay. Alright, good. And then we're going to go down to cranial nerve 5, which is the trigeminal, and this is a sensory and motor. So can you clench your jaw for me? Open and close it. Okay. And now, can you close your eye and lightly touch your forehead, your cheek, your chin, and your nose? Okay, good. And now, close your eye again, and tell me what you feel on your hand. Is it dull, sharp, hot, or cold?
Dull.
Excellent. Okay. Yes. Okay, so now we're going to do your facial nerves, which is the sensory and motor. So we're going to do, it would be taste, saltiness, and whatnot, which we're going to skip that part because we're not going to make you taste anything. So can you just show me your teeth, smile, and can you whistle, frown, raise eyebrows? Very nice. Okay. So everything works there. Everything's symmetrical. I didn't see any weaknesses in one side of her face that wasn't on the other side. Actually, wasn't any weaknesses. That's good. So we're going to check your cranial nerve 8, which is acoustics. We're going to do this by doing the whisper test. So I would whisper in one ear. Good. And then I would do it in the other ear as well. And if she can hear me, she passed the test. So now we'll do the vagus nerve, which is cranial nerve 10. Can you swallow? We would do it with a sip of water or whatnot, but we don't have water right now, so can you swallow? Okay, I can see that she can swallow. We would test her salivations. We can see if you open your mouth. We can see that she has saliva in the bottom of her mouth, so that's good. We would inspect also her palate and her gag reflex, which we would use with a what's it called? A popsicle stick, tongue depressor. So then we would check. We would palpate her her spine and accessory muscles. So we would go down the trapezius, and we would check for shoulder movements too. So can you shrug? Good, excellent. And can you bring your scapula back? Contract your scapula.
What do you mean?
So just pull your scapula back like this. Excellent. Okay. Can you turn your head left to right? Just turn it. There you go. Excellent. Thank you. Very well direction. Okay. All right. So we did a little bit of motor function there, but we're going to do some more. So can you stand up for me? We're going to check for extra motor functions. Can you just take a couple steps forward, a couple steps backwards? Okay, and I'm assessing your gait. So her gait was good. She was balanced. And now if you could just stand still and close your eyes. Do the Romberg test. Okay. We can see that there's no abnormalities in the way she tilts or sways. Let me tilt this up a little bit. There we go. Okay. So, and with that, we also check her equilibrium. Oh, come on. I thought. Okay. So now you can sit back down. And we're going to test out some muscle strength. We're just going to do one side of the body for now. So, we're going to start at the top. Can you put your hand against my hand? Push. Excellent. Now put your hand against my hand. Push down. Okay. And now push up. No, put it straight up. Okay. Excellent. Alright. And now your legs. So can you uncross your legs for me? Now push your leg towards me. Good. And now flip your leg up. And we're going to test the flexion. You can push it down. Excellent. Okay. Good. So she has good muscular strength. Do you work out at all? Wow.
What do you think?
Impressive.
Yeah.
Okay, so she had good muscular strength. She had no signs and symptoms of anything that was abnormal. Everything looks symmetrical. For the video purpose, I'm only going to test one side. I'm assuming her other side's going to be symmetrical as well. But in a patient, I would do both sides. And if one wasn't, I would find the abnormalities and test them out. Can I move it?
Yeah, it's not mine.
It's not yours.
It's your iPad.
Okay, so now we're going to go, we would do reflexes, so we're going to do some reflexes. I'm just going to show where they are. I don't have a hammer or the rubber hammer to test it out. I could use a real hammer on you, but I don't want to do that. Okay, so we're going to do the biceps, so if you can extend your arm and point the thumb out, and I would check her bicep tendon here, so you would see it move. You're not a fan of that, are you? Flex arm, 40 minutes. Okay, so now you're gonna, it's actually flex it here, and then give it a flex. Good, okay. And we do the same thing with the tricep, and so on and so forth. And for the bicep brachial, we would test it with the hammer, and that we would give a blunt force to it and see if the bicep tendon, it would move up if it had a positive reaction. Same with the Achilles down by the foot. We would give the Achilles tendon a bump and it would move her foot as well. Okay, so then we would do the abdomen test for the superficial flexion or reflexes, but we're not going to do that for this video. I think we're going to do it in class. I guess we can do the Berdinsky sign and whatnot. So the Berdinsky sign is a test to see if you have meningitis. So you're going to flex your neck towards, bring your chin towards your body. And does that cause any pain?
No.
Okay, good. So that's a negative sign. You would also test the Koenig sign, which is bringing your knee up. And you don't have to do it now. You could do it laying down. And also for any nuchal rigidity, which is a stiff neck anywhere. So we would check all those for meningitis, but you don't have to do them unless a client comes in complaining of certain things like that. Okay, so now we're going to do inspection of the joints and musculoskeletal. So we would work our way from the top. We would assess and make sure everything's symmetrical. All the joints have good range of motion. So we'll start at the shoulder. We'll bring it up. Any pain?
No.
Okay. Any pain? No. Okay. And how about here?
No.
Okay, good. And we'll move down to the wrist. Flex the wrist. Okay, and then we'll extend the wrist. Nothing?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Anything in your fingers?
No.
Any pain? No. Okay. So then we go to the hip, and we bring the hip out in abduction and then adduction, and then we would bring the knee to flexion, or extension, and then flexion, and same with the ankle, flexion, extension. going off. Okay. So we did the shoulders, elbows, wrist, hands, hips, knees, ankles. So then we would do the abdomen. We're gonna keep Nicole's shirt on for this. All right. So we would check the contour and symmetry of it. At first, we would just do an inspection. I don't know if you should be laying down for this or not. We won't make you do it. Maybe just lean back a little, like put your legs out. You know, like kind of like move your butt to the end of the seat. So, yeah, there you go. Okay. Are you feel comfortable doing that?
I guess.
Okay. All right. So we would do, like I said, we would just do an inspection first before anything, and then we would auscultate. So with the auscultation, we would start at the lower left quadrant. Make sure I'm on the right one. Okay. And we would listen for activity and bowel sounds. We're very hyperactive. And we would move from left to right. And go up. You're right. Left to right. As long as you do one side and you assess the other side, you're good. Alright, so we would do that. You would do a minute in each quadrant, and then you would count how many bowel sounds. And if it's over 30, it would be hyper. Anywhere from 5 to 30 is normal. Anything below that is hypo. We would listen for vascular sounds with the bell. We would listen for brutes. I'm not going to do that because we would go under your shirt with it, but you would listen for them in your abdomen. And we would also listen for friction on the ribs when you're breathing for any labored breathing or anything. So then we would do percussion after we do auscultation. So for percussion, can you go back down like that? Mm. We would percuss with our finger over the belly, and then we would tap it and listen for any noises that we get. You would normally get a dull or tympanic sound, especially going over the liver. You would do each quadrant. Thank you, Nicole. And we would assess the spleen. We're not going to do that now for you either, because you're uncomfortable when you said the ribs and whatnot. Same with the liver. For the liver, we would go under the ribs. We would have her take a deep breath and push in. And Nicole would not be comfortable with that right now, so we're not going to do it. Along with the kidneys. You want to do the kidneys? Same thing. Mm-hmm. No. Okay. So that would be it. We would also check for ascites. Oh, we would do. Well, with doing all that, it's deep palpation. So I'm not going to do it because you're not comfortable with it. But generally, we would just feel, and you would feel for organs inside the body. So you would feel for the liver and whatnot. I'm sorry. So we would check. The last thing would be if an abnormality that we could see would be like ascites, for example, and that's like a rounded belly with from fluid buildup inside it. So that's pretty much it for the musculoskeletal. Thank you, Nicole.